Hi everyone. It's been a while since I made a video, so I thought maybe it's time to make another one. And okay, I think I should speak softly, but not that soft, unless you won't be able to hear it. But I didn't know what I should make a video on. I mean, I can go on speaking about a lot of things, but I thought, why not talk about this, who happens to be a new addition to our family. He's a cat. I'm not sure if you can see him clearly here, but he's a house cat, and we have adopted him. More like I forced everyone to adopt him, but he's now a member of our family. So let me talk about maybe how we found him and how I've been learning to care for a cat. So it's generally quiet this time, but for some reason today a lot of people want to roam around right outside, so there might be some disturbance noise wise, but let's not think about that. Okay, so the story about this guy. I was actually coming back from work when my boss had called me. He told me that he found a kitten. It kind of strayed into his car. I think his car was open and the kitten kind of smelled food. It was hungry and it just came into his car, and he had the kitten with him. So he asked me, like, do you think you can take care of it, or what's the plan? And the crazy me completely volunteered. I was like, yes, give it to me, I'll take care of it, and all of that. And I didn't really think through that. See, the point was not for me to adopt him. The point for me was to foster him and then get him adopted into a good home. So he was really tiny. He was just like the size of my palm. He was really small, and so because he was like a stray cat, he's already been very outdoorsy. He likes exploring. He doesn't like to be indoors as much as to be outdoors. And he was actually a very friendly cat. Like, some cats don't like to be touched. They're these like feral cats that they go crazy and they have issues. But this guy was very friendly. He let people hold him, touch him, very playful, and he really got along with everyone at home. So before, like when I was fostering him, I didn't know like if he was a male or female, because one, he was so small that I couldn't really see his little parts, and I thought he was actually a she. So when I was putting out the notice of getting him fostered, at the time I thought he was a female. So I told a lot of people that we have a female and we are looking to get her fostered. And like when it comes to animals, especially pets, people always have that aversion to female animals because complications of pregnancy. If not pregnant, then they have their menstrual cycles, and a lot of unwanted, unnecessary that is always there. That misconception is always there. So a lot of people I reached out to were like, if he were a male, I would have adopted him, but he's like a female. So I mean, she's a she, not a he. And so I think it was about 3 weeks where I was speaking to a lot of people, but sadly he didn't get adopted because he was a she. And then finally, after like 3 weeks, we took him to the vet to get him checked out. And I think somewhere around week 2, like when he started gaining size, because we were feeding him well, he was taken care of well, he started putting on weight, he started growing, because he's like, now I think he would be around 4.5 months, 5 months, was when I one day noticed his little cars. I noticed stand Oops. I noticed his little little ding dong come out, and that's when I told like my mom, I think he's actually he's not a she, and he's a male cat, not a female cat. So my mom also, like, my mom was like, are you sure? I really think, she's a female, like we can't even see it and all of that. Because like he's black, I mean he's black down there, and it's difficult to, anyways, I'm not good at this part of identifying gender. We misgendered our dog. That happened. We initially thought my dog was a male, and then she happened to be female. Now we thought this guy was a female, and he happened to be male. So that's life. But point is that we took him to the vet, and the vet was like, yeah, you have a male cat, he's hale and healthy, and he looks good, you can like take care of him, he'll get adopted quickly. But at this point we had gotten quite attached to him that we were like, we'll just keep him for ourselves. I will just keep him with me. So yeah, and it's been August, September, now it's been almost 2 months since I've had him, and I have had to learn a lot about cats. So the thing is, okay, the thing is that I've never had a cat before. Like, I've never grown a cat. I've done that with a dog, a stray dog that we adopted. She was with us for 12 years, and she was a beautiful creature. And caring for dogs and caring for cats are two completely different things, because dogs are very social, and they can be put outdoors, they can eat anything you give them. Like, you can put a dog on a vegetarian diet, you can't do that with a cat. Cats are not extremely outdoorsy. They like to be outdoors, but they also like their space. So with having a cat, I had to unlearn a lot of how I grew my dog, in terms of food, in terms of like his space, because he's mainly going to be indoors. What to do about cat litter, like I had to figure out everything. So I thought maybe I could share. He's so cute. I want to sometimes struggle him with my love, but hello, hi. I can see your asshole. I can see you. Okay. So, oops, I should mute that. Can I do that? Can I just mute, like, I have to figure that out when I'm editing this video. Anyways, so about him, I'm gonna share with you his name. So we have named him Tittu, Tittu. Initially, because when we thought he was a female, my mom decided to name her Titty, aka Tits, and my sister went along with it because, and for the longest time we were calling him Titty. My mom was calling him Titty, and then after that we found out he was male, and and then she was like, okay, now we cannot just completely change it to a new name. So my mom was like, let's name him Tittu. And he kind of, that name grew on him, and he started responding to that name. So sometimes when he looks at you like that, you can see him staring, right? It's very scary, because like he has like a very unique eye color. It's like it's more like yellow ochre, like yellowish green grayish color. So sometimes like cats do these things where they just like stare at you. It's creepy. Yeah, so we named him Tittu. That's our cat's name. And three main things that I had to learn for my cat is: 1, what to feed him; 2, how do I set up a space for him, like what would be appropriate for him; and 3 was figuring out the whole cat litter situation, because we didn't do that when we had a dog. So for food, I think initially I tried to introduce like home food to him when he was like a kitten. We primarily gave him milk, and we used to mix it with a little bit of rice, a little bit of egg, some kind of protein. But then we were advised that, once he grows, you should completely stop milk, because even cats become lactose intolerant. So don't give him milk. Try to give him like meat and cooked food that you have at home. So cats, according to my understanding and as per what the vet had shared with me, are obligate carnivores, meaning they need to have meat in their diet. You cannot feed a cat a carrot. You can feed them carrots, they will have carrots, but they cannot only have carrots as a part of their diet. They need some kind of meat. With dogs, like my dog, primarily she had like a vegetarian diet. Like she could have anything vegetarian, and she would eat anything we would give her. Like she didn't really need meat to be a part of a diet, although we did give her meat. But with cats, like he's right down here, so I'm just trying to pat him. So soft. So with cats, we have to give meat for him. It's just like meat. Different types of meat is what I've learned. So So initially what I used to do is I used to buy a lot of these wet food. They have like different brands, like Whiskers and Royal Canin and Pedigree. There are a lot of things you can feed like for a kitten. And something the vet told us was that you can give him like wet food for a while, and once he becomes a bit big, you can switch him to dry food, which is like your pedigree, like your pellets, whatever that is. But one thing I noticed is that when I gave him like dry food, like say for example a boiled egg or some boiled chicken, he doesn't really drink a lot of water. Like when he's eating a lot of dry food, the consumption of water is not a lot. It's very less as compared to a dog. And how do I put it? Like dogs drink water regularly when they are dehydrated, because cats don't do a lot of extreme physical movement. They do, but in the sense that he didn't drink a lot of water. I've never seen him drink water at all. And then I've seen that cats like moving water. They don't like still water. Even then, he didn't really drink water. So as opposed to going with the vet, which is to give him like dry food, I was clear that I want to give him wet food, which is like cooked at home. So I would boil a lot of like chicken, fish, eggs, liver, whatever. I would mix it with a lot of these meat. Like I would boil them in water, I will store the water, I will mix the food with the broth. I always want him to have wet food so that he's drinking water. If he's not drinking normal water, he's at least having his regular water intake through his food, which it's just my decision as a pet owner. Maybe there are things that you would want to do, but this is something that I want to do early on for him. I also read, because this is my first time taking care of a cat, I read that because cats don't drink a lot of water, they dehydrate quite often, and kidney issues are very common in cats, primarily for this reason. And best is to introduce a lot of meat, broths, stock, like water that the meat is cooked in, give it to the cats so that they drink water. They increase their water consumption. So I don't buy anything from the store food wise. I don't go for anything packaged. I order meat, I cook meat. I didn't even do that for my dog, actually. This guy is very privileged that way. I cook meat for him. And I'm very careful about his diet. For my dog, we didn't take into account a lot of things, because dogs, they can pretty much eat what you eat, except specific things. They can eat like a vegetarian diet and all of that. But with a cat, with this guy, I'm very, very particular with what I feed him. I don't want to give him anything processed. Even with regards to like snacks and stuff, I buy dry fish from the market, like these small ones. I give it to him as treats. I don't buy anything from a store for him to eat. I would like to just make him whatever food I have or whatever. I would just like to make it myself. So that's that when it comes to food. And one thing I would like to add is, because we had a dog where we never fed our dog pedigree. Not once have we given him pedigree or anything processed. I think that was also one of the reasons why she lived for 12 years with us. And that was also something the vet had shared. Like, the best thing to do for your dog is give him what you eat at home. Don't give him the things that he's not supposed to eat. Things like, chocolate and whatever. Don't give him all that. But if you give him the things that you eat, there's nothing more, because what the food we eat has pretty much all the nutrition that we require, and it will do the same thing for a dog as well. So with him, I'm pretty much making, cooking, boiling, everything myself and giving it to him, as opposed to buying things from a store. So that. And next is with regards to his space. So because cats are primarily indoors, they will be everywhere, on every surface. Your table, your kitchens, your bed, your bathroom, everywhere. No, we don't bite wires. No. I'm gonna make this here. He's already bit 2 of my cables. So yeah. So because cats are primarily indoors, you have to set up a space for them that is theirs, unless they will be everywhere. So one thing I did was I got him a little yeah, he's up, so he's gonna be roaming out and about, digging everything and exploring everything. So yeah, so I bought a little bed for him, a cat bed. I'm gonna maybe share a picture of that somewhere here. Oh no, this is not a place for you to play, baby boy. Come on. Hi, say hello. Okay. So I bought a cat bed for him. It took him a while to get used to it, but now he's pretty much settled with that. And then I also realized one thing, that my cat likes to always sleep at a certain altitude. He doesn't like to sleep on the floor. Like, he likes to sleep on the chair, on the bed, in the sink, beside the TV, on the dining table. He needs to always sleep at a certain height. And I think that's one of like their predatorial behavior. They always have to be at a higher place, for their own protection, as well as to hunt other animals. So he likes to sleep at a certain height. So what I did was I got him a cat tree. I will share a picture of it here, somewhere here, so you can see how it looks. So the thing with cats is, like, it took him a while to acclimatize himself to the cat tree. Like, I had to hide treats here and there, had to play with his little feather thingy up and down in the cat tree, so that he knows that he can use that place and that place is his. So now he's come to a point where he sleeps in the cat tree occasionally, and he's comfortable. So don't expect your cats to completely love what you buy because I've got him a couple of toys, and I realized that he likes the lame ass things. He likes empty boxes. He likes to play with rolled tissue paper, with empty bottles, bottle caps, like things that you don't even have to pay, and things that are just lying around in the house. He likes to play with those kind of things. He doesn't like expensive toys. So don't expect your cats to immediately like the expensive things, the cute things that you buy for them. So yeah, in terms of his space, we have set him a space, and it's in a specific area in the living room. So he knows that that is his corner. The thing about sleeping, so I know that some I have some cat hair. Yeah, like because cats always indoors, their hair is there everywhere. It can be a problem if you have people with like asthma and other allergies. You should be a bit careful because it's there everywhere. So that too many cars today, too many cars. Okay, so about having your cats sleep with you, I tried, I think, for the first week to see if he would sleep in my room. I moved his cat tree and his bed and had so many mats and different corners for him here and there. But the thing is that he never really slept. Like he sleeps for half an hour and then he's up, and then he's up breaking something or scratching on something. And I couldn't sleep at night when he was in my room because he was always doing something in the room. So because of that, we made him sleep in the living room. I know sometimes people say that it's always good to have your cat sleep with you. We just spoke about this. I'm trying to record a video. I do understand that you want to play, but you can go outside and play. So with having him sleep with me, it didn't work out because I couldn't get enough sleep. But he has his own space now. Like his sleep pattern at the moment is really weird. I'm not sure if it's the case for all cats, but he sleeps for half an hour and then he's up for like 1 hour, then he sleeps for 2 hours, then he's up for like 15 minutes. It's very erratic. So that's why we give him the entire living room and another extra room for him to just go crazy. So yeah, so he currently doesn't sleep with me, but during the days when I'm here at home, he is always in my room. So yeah, so that's that, which is about giving him his space. The third thing I think was figuring out cat litter. So lucky for me, this boy was he was already trained. Like he had to do the cover up his crap with Ruby, a baby boy. You're so cute. With him, he was already trained very well. Like he had the need to always cover up and be clean. So in terms of training him on how to use like a cat litter, it was not very difficult. Once we put the cat litter like in a bathroom, in a corner which is dark, he likes to do it in a dark place. He doesn't like people staring at him. Obviously, I mean, even we don't like that. He likes his privacy. So it was not difficult for me to train, but I think if you have a cat, they're instinctively very clean, so you can train them very easily that way. But I think one thing that I had to study a bit was what kind of cat litter to buy him and what would work, what would not work. I realized that there are cat litters that are scented and different things, but it's always best to buy something that is unscented, as natural as it can be. I have a particular brand of cat litter that is it's pretty much like sand, no smell. It's just easy to work with. So yeah, dust free, all of that. There are a lot of things that you need to keep in mind, so you can just do your research and see what you would want to buy for your cat, and just get that. Try to get one with as little chemicals as possible, because your cat is going to be there to do his business. He's going to sniff that, like what any other animal does, so it shouldn't affect him or her in any way. So just keep in mind that. Apart from that, yeah, he's very curious. Even my dog was that way, but because this one is small, like he's very he's everywhere. Like if I get up and go to the kitchen, um, I just turn and he's standing right where my feet is at, you know, like very unexpectedly very curious, and has to know where every noise is coming from, what does this do, what does that do. So it's a bit, no, we don't want to bite the wire, baby boy. No. This is the first time I've taken out my tripod stand and my phone is connected to my power bank. So there's a long wire here and he just wants to bite it. So, yeah. What was I saying? Very curious, yes. So, because I've had a dog for 12 years, I was never really, I would never say considered myself to be a cat person, because I like dogs. They're very emotionally attached to me. I like that. Attachment issues. So I like that they are dependent on me, and there's a very strong bond that you have with a dog. But cats are very independent, meaning they can be there whether you are there or not, and they don't really care like what you do, as long as they are fed well, and you know he gets things to play with and he gets his time with you when he wants it. They can be left alone in a house and they can take care of themselves. But with my dog, like, you know, she really needed company. She wants to play, she wants to be taken for walks, she wants a lot of petting, she wants a lot of love. With this guy, because I think he was more outdoorsy, he likes everything to be done according to him, like as per his terms and conditions. So that way he's very picky. So yeah, it's very interesting, you know, having a dog for so long and then suddenly raising a cat, because it's not, it's different. I think anyone who has either had a cat or then decides to get a dog, or dog and then a cat, I think they would understand what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it's a different kind of feeling. And one thing that I'm trying to do with my cat properly was to maintain his medical records very well. I think with my dog, I didn't do that properly because he was my first pet. I think I was in school, then I was in college. His files, his bills, his medication, whenever she felt sick, whenever my dog felt sick, it was everywhere, it was all over the place. So and at the time, I think, you know, my parents were traveling, I was traveling, my sister was studying. We would always have, you know, a family member at home, but everyone was everywhere and it was very difficult to get a full medical history of our dog. It was not ever there in one place. So with my cat, I'm being very meticulous in filing his records, his bills, the kind of vaccinations he's got, all of that in one place. It's always better to do that early on, so that if you're traveling or anything and something happens to your cat and someone else is caring for, you know, your pet, they should have all of that records with them. You know, it should be very accessible to them. So ensure that you try to do that early on, then later it's always better that way. Another thing was, because now he's almost 5 months old. He's gonna turn 5.5. He'll become 6 months, I think, by end of next month. So was to get him neutered. I think the vet had suggested that if you have a male cat, you know, it's always best to get him neutered. He might get a bit aggressive, and if you do decide to get another cat in the future, you don't have to worry if it's a male or female, because, you know, your cat is neutered. So that. My mom has been very against it. She's like, no, you have to neuter it. Like, that's not that's not slice of his dignity and all that. But it's something I'm still uh, thinking of doing, which is to neuter him. I think it's best. Also, if he does decide to roam outside, because sometimes we do take him for walks, and if he does decide to go outside, then he shouldn't be a father to, a litter of kittens that, he shouldn't go impregnating other female stray cats. We don't want a lot of cats that roaming outside, we don't want that. It's not good. A lot of I've seen, like, he was a stray kitten and he didn't have a good home, and he was so thin. You could count his bones when we had taken him in. And it's always better to have, even if they're stray cats, better to neuter them so that there is no unnecessary kittens and all of that born. This is like just me. Some people might be like, no, we can't change their natural physiology and all that. Yeah, you can believe that, but this is what I believe in. So yeah, it's been a very interesting journey having a kitten, because one thing I would say is, in terms of my mental health, like, sometimes I do go, I get into this whole black hole. I become very here and there, up and down, and it's nice to have a kitten that's really active and keeps your mind occupied, makes you smile, makes you makes you feel more happy. A lot of positive energy, good hormones. So it's nice to have a kitten, because I've been relatively very happy since he's come. He's made a lot of people smile at home. My mom, who's not even a cat person, she doesn't like cats at all. She has found a liking towards him, which is very weird, because even she keeps saying that I didn't really like cats, but this guy is very, very different. He's a very, very, he's just like a ball of energies everywhere. So that's nice. It's nice that way to have a pet. But one thing is, once you have a pet, it becomes like a full-time responsibility. It becomes like a child. You have to take care of his diet, his requirements, his health, regular checkups. He needs that company to be happy and healthy, right? So don't just get a pet and then just forget about him. I think with my first pet, which was my dog, I got her. Oh, there's her, him. I'm just confusing it left and right. I got her when I was in school. So my sister and I, we were in school, then we went to boarding school, and I moved to college, and then I would be back, and my sister moved to college, and my parents were the ones that ended up taking care of the dog for the longest time, because my sister and I were studying. But now that I'm working and I'm back here at home, I'm able to actually care for this cat way more, in the sense that I'm present here all the time. So I'm taking care of him, giving him more time than I actually did give my dog. So always try to ensure that you can give more time for your pets. That's what they want in the end of the day. But yeah, nothing else from my side. I just wanted to share this because it's also like a video that I will look at this in the future. I will look at this video years later, and it will remind me of a lot of memories that he has given me. So yeah, my boy, my baby. Yeah, now he's gonna. He's very sharp teeth, Very, very sharp teeth. Oh. You wanna say hi? Do you want to say hi, love? Hi. Hello. No. Yeah. He's probably gonna rip this chair off in another 1 month. Just waiting for that to happen. Okay, I'm gonna go play with him. He wants to play. That's why he's been digging up everything and biting things. So I'm gonna go, but adopt. I keep saying this, adopt. Don't shop. Who says this? Someone else. I think pause for people, they say this. Always adopt, giving them a loving home is the best thing that you can do. Bye.